I'll remove you. Hey everybody, this is Denise Smith. I am. It's been a while. Welcome to All Things Small Business. It's been a couple of weeks, but we are back, and today we are bringing an update. We're catching up with New Digz Consignment and their owners. So we're going to teach you how to run a consignment shop, how to get started, what it's like running your business, and the ups and the downs, the challenges and the triumphs. So tune in, go tell a friend, and join the conversation. Hey everybody, I'm back. It's Denise Smith. Hope you told a friend, because we've got some really great guests. We're catching up with consignment shop owners Kelli Queen and Sadiqa Brown. They were former guests of mine on Level Up, and we did a quick profile on their shop, and so we wanted to see what's happening with them today. So I'm going to bring up our first guest, the first partner in this duo or this team effort in being entrepreneurs, owners of New Digz Consignment Shop. Let me bring up Kelli first. Hey, Kelli.
Hi. How are
you? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I just got the last customer out, so I was like, oh my gosh. I'm just like running.
I know. And then I was having a little bit of technical difficulties, and I think Sadiqa was having technical difficulties, which we'll bring on in a second. And so, but it panned out. We got in just in the nick of time for us to stream live on Facebook and talk about New Digz Consignment. So let me just bring on both of you guys, and when we do, we'll probably need to do some shifting around just for the headshots and everything. But
okay, I can turn mine around. This is exciting.
I know. Oh shoot! And look, she went to black. Sadiqa, what you doing over there, girl?
Turn the camera around, Sadiqa.
Turn it. I don't know. Did you close your computer?
Your screen is black.
No, I was turning.
Let's see.
See me now?
No.
Nope.
It says on there.
No, did you close the camera?
I can see you.
Can you see us?
You see yourself?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I could see you just a second ago, so I don't know what's happening here.
I'm here. I can see you guys. I'm here.
Okay, let me see. Nope, I don't see what happened. I'm going to remove you, and you can kind of see. Maybe you can restart and join us back in for a second. Okay? Can you do that? You on your phone or are you on your computer? Okay, so she got out.
She hung up. I'll ask her.
Or you just finished up your last customer? Is that your last customer, or is that just?
Yeah, my last customer. We actually closed at 5. We're still practicing the COVID hours, so
Mm-hmm.
12 to 5, Monday through Saturday. But I always get these customers that come in and they see me here. So they just come in and I didn't lock the door. So of course I have to let them, come in.
Of course, you can't turn down money.
No. Or in our customer service, I had to, and they first, you're like, "Oh, you're a first time customer," and I would say, "Y'all have to go because I'm about to be on with the Digz in a minute. You have to get out of here."
So things are looking a little bit different in there. The last time I was there,
Yeah.
What's going on? Are you on your computer or on your tablet?
I'm on my tablet.
Okay, so maybe you can turn it around and show everybody what your shop looks like.
In here.
It's
It's a mess. Maybe I can. How do I do? Let's see. I'm gonna take it off the stand.
I see Sadiqa coming back in.
You want me to? We live. I was just like, okay, y'all. I'm gonna show a little bit, but for the people that came before COVID, of course, we had racks on the floor.
Okay. That's not really the view.
Wait a minute.
Maybe I should have left you alone.
You should.
Sadiqa, I still can't see you. If I add you to the screen, it's still going to be a black screen. Oh, there you go. There's Sadiqa. Okay. So now you're okay. So let's see.
Let me
turn it around.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it around at one angle. How do I flip camera? Right here. Denise,
you know what? If this is too much, let's go back to your sitting spot. Yeah. So we can get because I'm ready to bring Sadiqa on now because she is she's just okay. We're gonna bring her on. So everybody that now we're gonna be on with Kelli Queen and Sadiqa Brown, co-owners of New Digz Consignment. Last time I visited these ladies' establishment, it was just one store location down in Upper Marlboro on 301. You walk inside and you find so many things that pique your interest and catch your eye, and you just want to grab it all, right? So I'm
gonna go sit back down though. But
please go sit back down. Please go sit back down.
This is the clothing.
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I didn't mean to spring that on you, but I figured since you had your iPad that it might have been an easy transition.
I just had it nice and jimmied up on this stand, and then you threw me off. I would have started by standing up.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys, we are streaming live. We're on Facebook and YouTube. And even if the people are not here now, they can come back and rewatch it. You can also share it to your Facebook channel so your followers can tune in. So what's new now with and Kelli, I'm gonna need you to turn your iPad back to the sideways position. Okay. Now you're black. You're in the black.
I know. I'm trying to fix my laptop.
Okay. I'm gonna take you out for a second. Hey, Sadiqa. So tell me what's new with New Digz, because it's not just one store anymore, right?
Right. There's not just one store. We actually opened up a second location January 15th of 2020. So 2 months before COVID. Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been an awesome ride and experience. Oh my goodness, can I tell you? We have learned new ways of doing business and how to, persevere and kind of push through. We've had to just completely change the way we do business. So we're excited because, we're growing in more ways than one. So it has been exciting. It's been scary. It's been, you have your ups and downs, but
Yeah.
we're on the other side of it. So we're really excited.
Okay. Okay. So let's go back from the beginning because I can't even remember what year that was when you guys were on Level Up with me, where we came out and we did a little expose, if you will, on your store. So, had you all been planning to open up a second store?
It's always been a part of our business plan to open up a second location. It just happened a lot. Well, according to my business plan, we should have had three up by now.
Okay.
but
Okay.
we're not going according to schedule. So it was a lot earlier than in real life, but later than my business plan, if that makes sense.
Okay. 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 All right. So, and I don't know if I even knew that, and you guys are very active on social media and everything. I just want to talk about, you know, kind of like the nuts and bolts of your business and how it's been going for you so far. And is I'm throwing out all these questions all at one time, but how fulfilling is it, you know, owning this business, being entrepreneurs, and now not just one location too. I mean, you got to feel like powerhouses. That's how I see you guys.
Well, you
Oh,
had to ask Kelly. This was her dream. So I'll let you start with Kelly.
Okay.
oh no, you don't. It was a dream of mine. I've always wanted to have a boutique, a consignment shop, because when I was growing up, I would, go thrifting and consignment shopping because I couldn't keep up with the Joneses, and that's what I was trying to do back in the day when I was younger. Now I know better, but a lot of the consignment shops that I would visit would be the Caucasian, owners, and I didn't know of any African American women owners, even men, owning consignment shops. So I always wanted one. So, but fast forward, went to college, went to corporate America, and I met Sadiqa there. And one day we were just talking at lunch, and I told her, my dream, and she was like, "Girl, no, they stink. It stinks in there." And I said, "It doesn't stink. You haven't been, to the ones I go to." So I took her to did I take you to a couple or just one? I know one in particular we went to, and
Hmm.
she was like, "This is nice. I never, I said, "Yeah." So she said, "Let's do it." Fast forward, I mean, we started the business 2015, and it's all 14.
14.
14.
2014. Okay.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, 2014. And we were looking for a year for a space though. So that's why I get my years mixed.
Well, we incorporated in 2013, and then we opened November of 2014.
Oh, that is the exact same month that I started the show, The Pulse, which turned into Level Up. Wow. Okay. So
Okay.
while I was starting a TV show, you were starting a business.
Yeah.
That's
So I mean, over
Thank
these
you.
past 6 years, it's been fulfilling. It is definitely hard, I will say. This
hmm
is not, you can't be weak owning a business, period. But
yes.
I mean, it even you say we have heavy presence on social media. That takes time, and we haven't bought um viewers or followers or anything like that. That is all authentic and organic, I should say. Followers we have, I mean, we post like crazy to get 2 likes, but we still do
hmm
it.
hmm
And
hmm
so 6 years later, it seems like, oh, y'all doing it. I'm like,
Yes.
we working though. We working hard. And in
Yes.
the past year, COVID made that turn for us. I mean, we were on a trajectory. I will say that when we opened our second business, we needed it. We needed the other shop. It was good. I was on a little Larry. I'll let Sadiqa speak on that. But she pushes me. Sadiqa pushes me, to think
hmm
bigger and do bigger things. And I wasn't ready for the second shop, but she was. She was, like she said, ready for three. And we opened in January, but March 13th, it was shut down. You know, everybody was shut down. And, you know, God has a plan for everything.
Yes, he does.
God has sustained us. I've said many a times, you know, people on the outside see we're thriving, but it's God. We're working too. You know, it's not easy. We did do our website. We always had a website, but we pushed our website. And doing lives now. We do Facebook lives. We're doing anything just because
I know. I see you out there on Instagram, man. You guys are like really hip to the social media game. What I really want to know is, you know, oftentimes when you go into business with someone, it doesn't always work out, or it may not always be the best fit. You know, how did you know that you could do business with each other? And how do you, you know, work all of those kinks out? You know what I mean? If you will.
Do business with me. I'm the best partner in the and we're laughing because
for some reason, your volume is not as clear as Sadiqa's. Kelli.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't hear anything.
Let me see.
I did.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear. Wait a minute. Did you turn up your volume?
Not
or
me.
Something? Oh, okay. Because something made you a little bit louder. I don't know. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying, who can do business with me? You know, but we are. What do we call ourselves?
Complete opposites, day and night, oil and water.
We are nothing when I
completely
say
different.
But that's a benefit actually for us anyway. I don't know for other people, but for us, we stay in our lanes. You know, she does what she does best. I do what I do best. And
so what is that? What is that? How do you know? So what is it? Because you know that is part of the game here, right? Knowing what your strengths and weaknesses are, and whatever you're strong in, the other person might be not, or whatever you're weak in, the other person might be stronger in. So where do you know how does that come into play with you and your business? What is your lane versus Kelli versus Sadiqa? What is your lane in this business?
Well, the biggest difference is Kelli is really into fashion. I am not. I could put it this way: I was wearing wool in the summertime. I didn't know that there were different fabrics, and this is which Kelli used to tell me about color palettes, and I didn't know anything about color palettes. I like what I like. I sure didn't know anything about brands. So I would say, I mean, now because we're business and you need to learn how to do you need to be multifaceted. So I do know fashion now because I've been in it, but going into it, we didn't. And that's kind of how we drew the line. She did all the fashion and I didn't care what she picked. I didn't have any. If she said, this is what we're going to do, this is where we need to be, this is who we need to talk to, I just went with it. I just trusted that that's what we were supposed to do. I mean, if I question, it was why, so I know going forward why she made the decision that she made, so that I can make them going forward. And then I like the business aspect of it. I'm numbers. I love numbers. I love, spreadsheets, and I get excited about spreadsheets, and I have to tell her to pretend to be excited about spreadsheets.
You get excited about spreadsheets.
when they say what I want them to say.
Right. So you're good with like projections and maybe the accounting and all of that stuff. Okay. So you two complement each other. So Kelli is the creative. You are the almost scientific, if you will, but more the mathematic and the operational, the back office kind of person. But now
Sadiqa doesn't. I have to chime in because she doesn't give herself credit because she likes clothes. I mean, she wouldn't go out like she will wear it. If I put her in it, she will wear it. She likes it. Now she likes to, dress the mannequins. She does. She might not have known fabrics, but that's stuff you can learn. You can learn about
Yeah.
clothes and brands. But she is excited about numbers. I know numbers, but
She doesn't get
no,
excited.
I'm not excited. I like to see the good numbers on my paycheck.
Right. You like to be in the black, right?
Yeah.
Right. So let me ask you this question. So now you're at two different locations. So does the business still operate the same? Do you take care of the operation side from both locations, Sadiqa? And then Kelli, are you picking the clothes or deciding who's consigning, if you will,
When
We're
we
doing
open,
everything
yes.
at both. We're doing everything. So we're the janitor, we're the accountant,
With
we're
security.
IT security. We're the buyer.
Marketing, with
Yeah,
social
and
media.
when I get a accounting question that I can't, because I'm learning to, I call her, but or she'll call me. We'll send text, FaceTime. You like this? You think this will fit at Upper Marlboro versus Crofton? We do that kind of talk when it comes to clothing, but no,
uh-huh.
we have consigners that come here, and we have consigners that go to with Crofton. So we're doing everything, both of us, only
Yeah,
Okay.
that's initially how the lines were drawn, but now, especially with the second location, there's no line. We do what needs to be done as it needs to be done. So,
Okay. 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 And are there times where you have to say, Kelli, go out to Crofton and vice versa, Sadiqa, you have to come out to Upper Marlboro?
we do it. I mean, it's meant to be exchangeable, where we can go to either location. I just
Okay.
happen to be at Crofton more often than Upper Marlboro, but we go interchangeably.
Okay. And from the
Mhm.
business side of things, um, what does it take to open up more than one store? I mean, and I mean, like, details about, um, you know, what's the process like? And I mean, because funding, like what does it take to have one to go from one store to two?
In terms of funding, or well, let's just start. If you can open one, you can open two or three or four. Once you kind of get an idea of what's it, you can. The good thing about things like this, I know a lot of people get intimidated by opening up an administrative, but they have so many resources that you can kind of fumble your way through it, and you can't kind of really mess it up. So you can do it. In terms of funding, with the second location, you really do have to make sure the first location can sustain itself, and even to some extent sustain the second one, because you're growing. We just happen to have taken over. Are you still there, Denise? I don't see your face.
I think she's just trapped. This is live. She's there. She's trying to show us both.
This is a
It's
show,
like,
so keep going.
see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I gotta deal with.
To make sure. Look, I don't like to say
Keep
stuff over.
going, Denise. Keep going.
Okay. So,
Are you still there, Denise? Or is I talking to
She
Kelli?
likes that. She is type A. She's type A. Don't go. Oh, don't go here. You said you were
Look,
going
I think
here.
this is so, and isn't this so cool? I'm sitting over here playing around, just throwing things around.
That's driving her crazy. Denise said, "I'm not here. You know, I know exactly what you were doing." I said, "Oh, that's cool." Okay,
Look, I've never had on three guests at the two where we're having everybody all on at the same time. I'm just trying different things out here. So okay, I'm gonna take out and so we can try a different angle here. Okay, keep going.
okay. So I was saying,
if you can
second
open,
location. Uh, you just
Well, we were talking.
if you
financials,
can open,
financial.
yeah, the
Yeah.
funding.
Yeah, you definitely need to be your first needs to be making enough to sustain itself and also carry the second. We were fortunate because the business that we took over was already an existing business, so they already had clientele, and we didn't have to start from scratch. And it actually worked out because the Crofton location is in between. It's close to Bowie, which a large part of our clientele is located in Bowie, so it actually worked out to be closer. So we already had a following, so that kind of helped us out, I think, a lot. Kelly, what you got anything there?
Yeah, that was good. And it's true. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can open one, you can open two. I mean,
This is
fun.
actually,
That's
this
how
is,
she mocks me
I
all the
think,
time.
I think,
No,
I think this is the most fun I've had. It's,
fun, but I will. You have to have money to open up a business. I
sure,
mean,
sure.
but I will say we haven't. I hate. I mean, I don't hate to say it, but it is so true. God is good. It's not a cliche when I say it, because we didn't get a bank loan.
Hmm.
We didn't get any help. I mean, we had friends. I will say, I had friends to give us clothes in the beginning to try to, stock our store. Um, but other than that, nobody gave us anything. We used our hard-earned cash for one. My piggy bank money under the mattress, and even with the pandemic, we haven't received, any of that good old money that they given out. So God has God is taking care of us financially for sure.
Correct.
Okay, so let me ask you this question though, because so you bring up the pandemic. Has the pandemic? Let me not ask this crazy question because we know the pandemic has affected businesses substantially in this area and across the country. But you just said that you didn't have to take advantage of the funds that they're giving out the federal government through like the paycheck protection programs and
So
things
I
like
didn't
that.
say we didn't have to or we didn't want to. We just didn't
Oh, okay.
get it.
Okay. But did you apply?
Yes, we did. But
Okay. And so
God
you
is
didn't
showing
receive.
us something. Yeah, I mean, just like
Yes,
the
yes.
loan. It's just like, oh, no, you're not getting that.
Right.
Well, to give
You
you a
know,
little bit of background, when we first took over the business, we had agreed and we prayed. And we're one thing that I mean, hopefully you know by now, but one thing we always have been consistent upon is that we are Christ. We're believers in Christ, and that's
mhm,
always been the head. That's kind of the problem solver, the argument. He's kind of the last, and he does
mhm,
that. So when we first took over or we decided to actually proceed with the business, we decided we were not going to get any money. We weren't going to get any loans because we believe in the blessings of Abraham, and we wanted to be the lender and not the borrower, and we believed that that was what God was calling us to do. So fast forward when Kelly said, "Let's apply," I said, "Kelly," I said, "God said," and she said, "Well, he didn't tell me."
He didn't tell me that.
they didn't tell me
He
that.
told me to apply.
And so, so when we didn't get any money, I knew because he had already told me. Remember, you said God has a way of recalling back, bringing it back to your attention. And he said, "I'm your provider. I don't want anybody else to get the credit for it. I will be the one." So we
Yes,
can say 150,000%. He has
We
been
ain't
the
missing
only
nothing.
one.
yes.
Yeah.
So you've never even since the inception of your business or taking over the business and starting it, you've never had to apply for a business loan. Is that what you're saying?
Not
Okay,
only did we never,
that's awesome. Because if you did, what my questions were going to be geared to, what did the bank require of you to do that? You know what I'm
oh,
saying? Because a lot of people a lot of people don't really know. how to even prepare to apply for a loan before they even get to the bank. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you definitely have to have a robust and thorough business plan. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. And they want to see financial projections. And even when you are applying for a lease and that type of you need
Mhm.
projections, they want to see it and they want to see you have a solid plan. And there
Okay.
are several resources with SCORE of small businesses. I mean, even they have a women's, if it's a woman
Yes.
owned, they have so many resources that can help you through that, but they do want to see a thorough and robust. I mean, obviously, I'm giving you money. I want to know that you're gonna,
Right. Right.
do with this. So definitely have a thorough business plan. We had a thorough business plan. We have not had to use it. We knew going in we weren't going to get loans, and we have stuck to that, and we'll continue to do so until God tells us otherwise.
Now, speaking of that, so in your experience,
Hmm.
um, so are you saying that you really don't have to visit your business plan? Because the because the advice is it's always a good idea to have a business plan before you even start a business, or at least at least put something down on paper and build it over time, that kind of thing. But and because I've often heard the question, why do I even need a business plan? And if I'm not applying for a loan, have you ever had the need to use it in any other circumstance?
Well, our business plan is robust and it's thorough. It's all almost 30
That's
pages.
all Sadiqa. All Sadiqa. Sadiqa is the person, right? And
No, she helped. No, I mean, yeah,
I
but
help.
she helped. She put it. She put. We can't do it. I mean, I can give you the
you
numbers,
can
but
do it by yourself, right?
there's other parts of the business plan, and even with the numbers, because I didn't remember. I didn't know clothes, so I'm like, what are we gonna put? Average price $7.99, like So So you always are going to need it, and you always the gurus, all those smart people tell you should revisit your business plan every 6 months, every quarter to keep
Mhm.
you on target, what your original goal was, and all that stuff. We have not done that, but that doesn't
Mhm.
mean that you should
It
not do
should be
it.
done. Mhm.
Uh-huh. There were initially when we first started, we did kind of have to go back to what the original vision was because, as Kelly will tell you, you get people coming in and say, "You need to do men's, you need to do kids, you need to do," I don't know. They come up with all these things, and you start going, "Well, maybe that will work." And you
Yeah.
find if you continue to listen to people, you'll be way to the left of what you originally,
Okay. Okay.
And the
planned.
guru, I mean, and I wouldn't. You mentioned about the gurus. I mean, realistically, well, I don't want to say realistically, but the gurus say Upper Marlboro is a bad location. Even when we got the location, so the number one thing is location, 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 and
Mm-hmm.
we are on the beaten path. We are on 301, but in the shopping center we are in, it's not a huge shopping center, and we're all the way at the end of the shopping center where nobody sees us. They go straight to the Giant. You would think, oh, they're in the Giant shopping center. Everybody comes from the Giant here. That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
But we, like
Oh,
Sadiqa, mhm.
go ahead. I'll say
Oh,
after you.
like Sadiqa was saying earlier,
Write it down, Sadiqa.
Because I'm gonna forget.
we we prayed about our location. I mean, but if we did everything by what the gurus say and what the business people say, the professionals, we wouldn't even be here. But this is
Yeah.
a great location.
Right.
It's
Yes.
for us. For us.
Mm-hmm.
What were you
Oh,
gonna
And
say?
so
did your gut tell you that was the right location?
It did. I drove up.
Yeah.
I mean, and the
Did
funny thing is, I've known about this shopping center. I live in the area, but that one day I was sitting in the parking lot, and I said,
yeah.
"Oh my God, I found it." I mean, we had somebody looking for us for this whole year, and when
Yeah.
I sat in the process, I called Sadiqa, and she actually just said, "Well, if you think it is, that's." I mean, I wanted her to come. Did you even come? I think we were on the phone.
She said this is the
I
place, and
said,
I
"This
said,
is
okay,
it."
I
She said,
believe it.
"Okay, I believe you." And I
I
said,
knew it.
"Really?"
I knew it was the place.
Sadiqa had faith, right? Sadiqa
Yeah.
was having faith. Faith is
Yeah, she
faith.
was
She was,
like, "You say so." I mean, we
Yeah.
have been looking, and had a professional be looking for us too. But
meaning a real estate agent.
Hmm.
Okay.
I wanted to say about anchor stores. So Giant would be considered an anchor store. And
Yeah.
everybody says you need to be in a mall with the anchor store. And then, it has the foot traffic, but what we discovered about Giant is Giant. So right, maybe is it 5 miles, Kelly? A mile, 5 miles, the Safeway?
Oh
There's
yeah,
a
yeah.
Safeway a mile to 5 miles away. So when they did renovations to that Safeway, all of
Yeah.
the younger age groups started going to the Giant, and all
Yeah.
the older people were going to, I mean, sorry, the
Going to
younger
the
people were going to
Safeway.
Safeway, and the older people were going to Giant, which
Mm-hmm.
meant that the people who saw us every day were retired. They're not
Mm-hmm.
looking for the type of clothes that we sell. So we learned really early that we had to fend for ourselves. We had to market ourselves. We couldn't rely on the anchor stores. And then during the course of the time, some of the businesses were closing. At one point, it was just uh, us and Giant.
Us and Giant. Yeah, and yeah, because we had the bank, we had SunTrust in this shopping center, and we had a sub place that was right next door. I mean, so those two businesses are still gone. And like Sadiqa said, we had to market ourselves, and
Hmm.
thank goodness for Facebook, Google, websites,
Hmm.
Instagram, what else everything else in between, and the good word of mouth, in the
Hmm.
beginning,
Good old
that's
fashioned word of
right,
mouth.
the word of mouth is good, especially so you treat your customers as you would want to be treated. We do have some rough ones, but the good ones outweigh the bad. And so our word of mouth, our reviews are great. I think that's also one of the benefits.
Okay, so you talked about an important point here when it comes to starting a business, right? Learning who's going to shop at or buy what you sell, right? And you said that the younger people started to go to the Safeway,
Hmm.
and the older people started to shop at the. So, are you saying that the younger people, you are you targeting younger people for your products?
No, our
Older
demo.
people.
I'm sorry. The Our demographic is from 30 to 60 range.
Okay.
What I was trying to indicate is that the people who were staying with Giant
Uh
were
huh.
retirement. So they're retired. They're not in the workforce. They're in the second half of their life. So the type of items that we sell
Uh
just
huh.
aren't the items that they're looking for. They're ready to get rid of their suits and
Yeah.
all of
And
their stuff because they're huh.
and did you plan it that way? Did you plan to target that market to sell those clothes that appeal to that age group?
30 to 60 because
Mhm.
that's us.
Yeah.
That's us. I just want to buy. I want to sell what I would buy. Right? Okay.
Well,
Okay.
and when we originally started, our target market was us. We were in corporate America, middle class, and we wanted to be able to have people like us be able to afford really nice things. I can tell you, Kelly's a big shopper. I'm not, and I don't buy for myself. I always bought for my kids. I don't have my problem spending on them, but I always had problems spending money on myself. And
Yeah.
I said, man, if when she took me to the first consignment store, I said, man, if this is stuff that I could afford, like I wouldn't feel guilty about spending money. Like because Louis Vuitton, you go to the Louis Vuitton store and you can
Mhm.
easily spend $2,000 on a bag.
Correct.
Even though I would have the money to do it, I just in my mind couldn't um, fathom spending that. But
Yeah.
at a consignment price, I was like, oh, I could do that. And then we also implemented a layaway. So we have layaway so that people who, can't afford to just spend the money outright, they can do it over time.
Okay. Okay.
And in the
Mm.
beginning, as Sadiqa said, we were thinking of mothers too,
Hmm.
because we're mothers. We
Hmm.
had the children's section. Unfortunately, and that's one thing we did look at our business plan that time
Hmm.
to revamp, and we took out the children's because we were doing much better just in women's. So we did change. You have to learn how to change during,
Yeah,
a
evolve.
period of time. Yeah,
Yeah.
evolve
Okay.
in your
Okay.
business plan. So your business plan might start out one way. So we were children, women and children, um,
Mm-hmm.
articles, but now we're just women clothing
Okay.
and
Okay.
accessories and handbags.
Did you ever have men at all?
No,
Mm-mm.
we dabbled with it. We've had men belts or things like that, but not really.
Okay.
And sometimes we have men tennis shoes because women can wear men's tennis shoes sometimes because of the
Okay.
sizing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So what has been, let's talk about the pandemic, okay? How have you had to adjust? I mean, given that aside from the obvious, or not even aside from it, let's talk about the obvious, opening a store right before a pandemic comes down on the country. I mean, how are you even able to survive? I mean, I know God makes a way, but God gives you the way. So what way did he give you to help you survive this
To
pandemic?
work. The answer is
Oh,
work and work
God.
hard
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
What tools did he provide for you?
Well,
energy for me. I mean, because like I said, Sadiq and I we're mothers, so you had the pandemic, but you also had homeschooling thrown in there.
Hmm.
You're working, doing all these other things. You have a home, your husband, everything is together. Like you're doing everything now. So you have to pick and choose. One day you're good at one thing and another day you're not. But you have to just keep pushing, keep moving. So one thing we did, like I said earlier, was Sadiqa, when we were home, when they shut us down, Sadiqa took all the clothes, not all the clothes, but a lot. I mean, half the store to her house. And and put the clothes on the mannequins and took pictures. I took about 20 pieces, but I didn't take all the clothes off.
well,
But I will post
Okay, so let's talk about that.
well, let me tell you the story. So when we literally were in business for 2 months with the new location, and we were killing it. I mean, we were like, oh
we were
yeah.
having
I mean,
events. Remember,
I
we were having
mean,
events. We just had an event a week or maybe a couple of weeks prior to the pandemic.
Yeah.
We had
we
yeah.
we just knew that this is it. So COVID hits, and I'm
Oh,
like, oh shoot. Now remember, Kelly kind of brushed over it, but she did not really want to do the second location like I
mhm.
wanted to do. So when
Okay.
COVID hit, I was like, oh shoot. Because I know that she was trusting me, saying we could do it. It's going to be all right. And oh my God, I'm telling you, for about 4 weeks. I mean, I was like, I was on the floor, like, God, come on. Like, we prayed, like, we really, really pray, each of us in our own time,
Yeah.
pray, because that's how it works. We pray on our own accord, and God kind of, it just works. I don't know how it works, but it just works.
It just works. It just works.
So, 3 or 4 weeks, and then finally, I said, God, why would you do this? And
This.
he said, it's going to be all right. You trust me? And I said, yeah, I'm rolling with you. So I got my big girl drawers on, and I said, do what you know to do. Because sometimes
Yeah.
you just get overwhelmed, and it's like,
Yeah.
just do what you know to do. We didn't know anything, but we couldn't open. So online. So that's what made me say, okay, I'm going to put all this stuff online. It was always a priority for us to have a big online presence in terms of our website. But when we opened up the second location, that just took priority, and it just kind of kept falling to the back burner.
So you
So
pivot. So
so
you
we
pivot.
did. You have to pivot. I mean, you have to pivot fast, and you have to go full
Yeah.
fledged. And we
Mhm.
did. And I mean, I think we went from maybe 150 items on the website by the next month to about 700 items
Oh
on
my
the
goodness.
website.
Okay.
hmm I mean, we
And
were.
I mean, and since everybody was home, since she was taking a lot of pictures, I was playing on TikTok. and learn
Mm-hmm.
about TikTok. And the reels were later, but I would do TikTok, and that would keep people engaged while she was
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And so we Sadiqa and I just we that's how we post, and that's how we got engagement. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you still have to, because people were home, so this was an opportunity for us to just flood the timeline.
Mm-hmm. And
We
we flooded.
we flooded
I
it.
know. I was seeing something different all the time. I
Yeah, we
follow
were
you guys, and
flooding.
yeah,
You
and you
know,
look like you're having fun doing it too. I mean, it's just
We
I
were
mean, I
having
know.
fun,
Look,
and then
Mhm.
when we logged off, we cried.
yeah.
Because trying to, we didn't want to give that, put out there, oh, woe is me,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you have to keep positive. One thing about
yeah.
partners, I don't know how people do it by themselves, consignment or any other kind of business by themselves, because when you get down, like if I'm down, Sadiqa can't be down too.
No.
She's like, come on, girl, we got this, we can do it. And then another day she'll be down and I'm on point and I'm happy. So it always we
You
balance each other.
compliment each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You look like I mean, you sound like it's a really, really good team.
The story
Yeah.
behind that, I know it's going off of milk. The story behind that, when we first started, we went to NART's conference,
Uh,
and it was this guru who came up to us and said, "Y'all not gonna make it. You partners don't. I've seen it. I mean, he said in my bit, and he's been in business. How long? I mean, he's well known, like in the retail
Consignment
world.
industry. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he said partners just don't work. I want you guys to, because he saw our friendship, and he said, I want you guys to keep that friendship. Y'all are really good together. And we was
Oh,
like, we're not gonna know, and we haven't. I mean, we, of course you have spats or whatever, but we really haven't had any fallouts.
Mm-mm.
That's
And
yeah.
I think it's because we realized going, from the beginning that we were married. It's like a married couple. I mean, we're married. So it's like, all right, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Right, right. So you're talking daily, every day.
Oh,
Are
we
you
talk
talking?
multiple times a day.
Okay, okay. So
yes.
let me ask you a question, because that's another thing that I want to, work-life balance thing, you get the kind of thing, right? So now you are two individuals in business together. Both of you are married.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you have children,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
school-age children.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, and you've got a business, and in some cases, that's not even your only stream of income. And I don't know if you want to even bring that out here. Okay,
Mhm.
but that's a lot of balls in the air,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
right? How do you manage all of that and manage to keep the home happy?
We live. That's it. We can't be live today.
Well, I, I'll
Is
just tell
that an
you.
offline conversation?
Yeah, well, I'll just say that some stuff just doesn't get done. Like, I mean, there's days where my house is terrible, and I wouldn't let you in if you just drop by. I would come outside and meet you on the
Okay.
porch.
And you're
Right.
eating. I grew up in Southeast DC. So oodles and noodles are your friends. And peanut and jelly are your friends. You can't do the home cooked meals every day. I mean, you can't do it. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I shouldn't put it out there, because somebody's out there going to say, sure it can. I, to manage all
You
of
have
the
to
stuff
pick and
that's on
choose.
our plate, we pick and choose what should be done that day. One day you might
Mhm.
say, my family deserves a home cooked meal. I've been out too long, because I'm still in the shop. It's whatever time, almost 7 o'clock. We close at
Mhm.
5. But even if
Right.
I wasn't on this live, I would still be here. And sometimes you have to leave early, to get some things done. Of course, now we're homeschooling, so you have to pick that, and help your kids with homework. So you
Mhm.
just pick and choose. You try it. I think both of our husbands, they're real supportive. We got to say
Hmm.
Yeah.
that. Um,
Hmm.
they encourage us, and they help as they can.
Yes.
So our
Well,
home,
that's good.
like Sadiqa says, It might look a little rough, the cleaning aspect or
Mm,
whatever, but our home is healthy and lovely and
yes.
shown, and
Hmm.
that's what's important. That's what the pandemic has shown me, and I'm pretty a lot of people, I'm sure, is that your family is important. So love on them, and spend time with them when you can. So sometimes you just put your work to the
Yeah.
side just to Friday night, because like we have Friday night movie night. That's how we keep our home together. I
Mm.
Yeah.
know Sadiqa does things with her family, vacations or whatever. But yeah.
Do you ever vacation together, like group family vacation kind of
Not
thing?
yet. We're not yet. That mean we'd have to close everything.
Yeah.
She
But
like,
normally,
somebody got to keep the business open, right? So let me ask you a question. Do you have employees?
We had employees prior to COVID. When COVID, and so we did have employees prior to COVID. When COVID happened, we laid off employees, and we tried to, how do I say the term? We tried to stay as lean as possible, because we wanted to sustain ourselves until this was over. Who knew it was going to be this
it's
long?
for years.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. But one of the things you asked in terms of pivoting, Kelly briefly spoke on it, but we also started doing Facebook Live sales.
Yeah.
And that made a huge difference, because we weren't getting a lot of foot traffic in the stores as we
Okay.
once were prior to COVID. So I
Mhm.
don't know if you're familiar. Well, I don't know if the audience is familiar with Facebook Lives, but it's kind of like a QVC format where
Okay.
you show the clothing and then people can buy online while you show them. The
Oh.
biggest thing that the biggest advantage of that, outside of being able to sell, was that it eliminated the need to take pictures, because that was one of the hardest things, is taking the pictures, because we're consignment. We have one of each item. So it's not like a boutique where I can take one picture and I have 12 smalls, 12 mediums, 12 larges, and I just use one picture. We have to take pictures of everything, and that became time consuming. So with the lives, it allowed us to circumvent that. If I can show it to you within an hour and then invoice you if you want it, I don't have to put a picture on the website. So that
Okay.
really helped us pivot as well.
Okay. And there was another question before we kind of wrap things up, because it is 7 o'clock. I know we did get started a
Sure.
couple minutes late, but I just wanted to ask, for those who do not know, like people like myself, who's not necessarily familiar with consignment, what is that process like for you to sell something else that belonged to someone else? And where does how does it, like, what is it from beginning to end? You're doing business with someone who is selling a piece of gently used clothing, or even unused clothing, right? How does that work?
So basically, we're doing all the work on the behalf of the person who is the consigner who wants to sell their items. So you would, for us, you would come. Our practice is you come in, you bring in your items. We will look through those items and select the items we think that would fit at the store, either location. So if you go to Crofton and Sadiqa sees a piece that will fit in Upper Marlboro, she'll still take it in, but she'll bring it here, and vice versa. And then we would just we don't we send a price list of what we're going to sell the item at, and then it's a 60-40 split, and the consigner gets 40% of the proceeds from the sale.
Okay.
And then and one of the benefits of it is, one, you're cleaning out your closet, you're saving the landfills and earth, because people are find treasures in other people's items, and a
Uh-huh.
lot of people have a lot of nice items with new with tags. I mean, they're gently used. We women have an overage of bags and shoes and everything. So you get 40% of those proceeds, and also a lot of our customers use their store credit. So then you just buy within the store. Um, the little perks that comes with buying. We have loyalty programs, all of those things for our customers, from
And
customers or consigners.
do you have regular consigners, like
Yeah, we have regular consigners that actually purge their closets every 3 months. They're really good at it.
Oh,
All the seasons actually. They're cleaning out their closets. And then we have some consigners that just want to do a big haul, and they will bring all of their items in. A lot of people, we do have options. During COVID, we haven't really pursued it as much, but prior to COVID, we did home visits for high-end clients, and we
uh-huh.
still did some of those during COVID as well, where we would go to your home and get the high-end item pieces like your Louis Vuittons and your Chanel's and your Christian Louboutins and et cetera, et cetera. But
Mm-hmm.
we are not
Oh,
only
oh, hold
high-end.
on one second. Anybody who's watching, if you have any of those things, look at your girls. Come get your girls. Come talk to your girl. It's gotta
Okay.
say that. I gotta say
I
that.
just want to put it out there.
Well, I was
I
gonna ask
gotta.
if that's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask if um consigners wanted to do business with you, how should they connect with you?
They can go to our website, New Digz Consignment, and that's with a Z. Thanks for putting it up there, newdigzconsignment.com.
Y'all
And
getting really good at this, aren't I?
and you would just select appointment. Right now we're in spring, so we are taking in spring items, and soon after we'll be taking in summer items. We're taking gently used right now due to the pandemic. We aren't taking a lot of workwear. We do take some blouses because there are still people that working, and it sounds like as people get vaccinated and things like that, they're going to go head back into the office. But I feel like these offices will still be kind of casual. So we kind of change some of the items that we do take in.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Mm-hmm.
do take in those luxury pieces. David Yurman is one of our top sellers. Louis
Hmm.
Vuitton is a top seller. Chanel, any kind of high end. But when it comes to jewelry, David Yurman, if y'all out there, David Yurman sells like within minutes.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
honey.
but we
In minutes
also,
sale. Like
yeah,
in minutes sale.
but don't want to discourage people that have the J. Crew and the Banana Republic, the Top Shop, the Fashion Nova. We take all brands as long as they're pre-loved and
And Fashion Nova sells within minutes too.
yeah, that's true. So we take all items. We take all items as long as they're in good condition and current style. Not dated. We're not experts in vintage, so we don't really take vintage pieces. But there is what Insta, oh, they call it Insta, but I wanted this Insta Vintage. I don't know.
Mm.
I hope I'm not butchering their name, but we have contacts to people who can sell your vintage clothing if you have like
Yes.
really nice vintage clothing, not like your mom, the
I
super.
think I like to say we specialize in all things cute because a lot of
Oh,
people,
cute.
yeah, because the brand, huh?
I I said my the theme for the show was all things consignment, but that's cute. I should have put all things cute.
Yeah, it could because we found our clients, if it's really cute, they don't care what the brand is. They don't
Right,
care if it's cute. Now, if it's marginal, then they start looking at the other stuff, the price, But if it's cute, they don't care.
right, right.
And cute
Hmm.
is, but still, something cute to you is not cute to
Yeah.
others. So we somebody come in and say, "We heard you had cute stuff." And Sadiqa said that. What
I
I'm saying
said
is,
that.
we pick based on our clients. So if you
Clients.
come
Uh-huh.
in and you don't find anything, we are picking to sell items. And
Okay.
we know what our clients like and what they want to see is what Sadiqa's saying, cute, or if you think it's not cute, but we know it sells. So that's
So
what
And
so 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 are you so do you have obviously you have hours open hours right now, even though we're in the middle of pandemic. I guess there's just a limited amount of people that you can have in at the same time, right? So
right.
what are the hours people can come by your shops
Monday through Saturday, 12 to 5 p.m.
for both?
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, for both locations. Okay.
That was simple, huh? You were waiting for Monday,
I
8.
thought, yeah, I thought we were gonna have some different hours up in Crofton and
No,
No,
nope.
yeah.
it's the same. I mean, sometimes you might look in the window because people are giants. See, oh, Kelly's in there, and they knock on the window. I might let you in. I might let you in. But
Yeah.
Crofton is closed at
At
5.
5 p.m., I'm on the street. I'm gone.
She said, I've got to go home and get my babies fed
Yeah,
and all.
that's my second half, my second job. I'm out of here.
She on
Yeah,
a
yeah.
second shift.
Hey, you guys, it was so fun catching up with you. I really appreciate you coming on with me today. I know we got a little bit of a rocky start, but you know what? This turned out to be the most fun interview I've had with this platform because you guys just had me cracking up over here.
Oh, well, thank you. So please, everybody that's watching now or on the replay, visit our website. Again, we're located in Crofton and in Upper Marlboro. You can find all our addresses and phone numbers on our website, and we are here to
You,
service you.
you guys ought to think about doing an online course on how to open up a consignment or how to consign or if whatever the terminology is, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You should think about that because everything that you're learning, you can I mean you're no, everyone is constantly learning, but you seem to have a really good handle on this business, and I really wish you all the best, and
Oh, thank
I'm gonna
you.
check in with you again. I promise to make it out to the store sometime soon, since I do still live in Upper Marlboro and I could use a refresher in my wardrobe. So
Well,
Visit
yeah,
us. And
yeah,
visit out, and like Sadiqa said, our Facebook Lives, we do it twice a month, every
yes.
other
And
Saturday.
I like how you even feature some of your customers. Maybe I can get featured on some of your on one of your little
Yeah. Put
your
on
little
out, and I'm gonna
socials.
take a picture.
Yes, ma'am. Because I have changed sizes since the pandemic,
oh
and it's
God.
back till I get back to a full time office hours. And down. I'm just gonna have to change the size a little bit, but I'm coming. I'm coming.
Mhm.
So thank
Okay.
you guys so much for coming and for coming on. I really appreciate you. I'm gonna be checking in with you again sometime soon, and you guys have a great evening.
Thank you. And I
This
just
was
wanted to
fun.
say before we go, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or well, Twitter. But we ain't really on there, but you can follow us.
What's the handle? You gotta tell them the handle
Bye. Oh,
At
at
New
New
Dig.
Digs.
at New Digs.
At
Yep.
New Digs.
NEWDIGZ, as in zebra.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right,
And
all
it's
right,
see
yeah,
ya.
all right. See you later. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Right.
Let me just.
I don't.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was a very fun conversation. I want to say thank you to my guests, Kelly Queen and Sadiqa Brown, owners of New Digs Consignment. One location in Upper Marlboro, another location up in Crofton. Check them out on their website. It's newdigsconsignment.com. Also want to bring your attention to my next small business training is going to be May 1st, Saturday, May 1st at 10 a.m., 10 to 11 a.m. I'm going to be repeating my training on how to get certified in Prince George's County and how to leverage that certification. Prince George's County certification, but also certification on, certification in general in the state of Maryland, across the country. Certification helps you get a leg up or increase access to government contracting opportunities no matter where you are. I'm going to be talking about all that and more on May 1st. Make sure you go out on Eventbrite and register. It is mbetraining103.eventbrite.com. Until then, I just want to bring you back here. I want to say again, thank you to my guests, Kelli and Sadiqa from New Digz Consignment. Next week, tune in next week. I'm here every Thursday at 6 p.m. I know I took a couple of weeks off, but I'll be back next Thursday spotlighting some new and fresh entrepreneurs that you don't want to miss. Make sure you tune in again every Thursday here at 6 p.m. Check me out. If I'm not here, make sure that you tune in the next week. Thank you again, and I'll see you next week. So you can tell a friend, tune in, and join the conversation the next time. See you guys later. Oh, also make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at I am Denise G. Smith. So you can follow me there for tips on how to start, run, and grow your business, sustaining your business in the pandemic. All things small business, you can get tips. Follow me on social media. See you guys next week.